Nifty is now up nearly 190 points as we speak, above that 25,850 mark. But Anand Rathi Conference is underway. It will go on till the 14th of November. In fact, we have a whole host of managements that will join us on the sidelines of this conference. But today, on the onset, we have Mr. Anand Rathi, chairperson at Anand Rathi Group, and Mr. Pradeep Gupta, vice chairperson at Anand Rathi Group. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here today on ET Now. Mr. Rathi, coming to you first, and let's talk about the conference itself. If you can take us through the key objective behind the G200 Conference, what are you aiming to achieve from this? Which sectors are you most excited to interact with?
This is our third G200 Conference, where we invited 200 companies and almost all investors, whether mutual fund, insurance, or family offices, to meet these 200 companies. Always the objective is that, in a very short period of time, the companies can meet investors and investors meet companies, and these companies are coming from various different segments of businesses. So I think this is a very productive conference for 3 days, where we hold large number of more than 10,000 meetings between the companies and investors. Objective is obviously to make companies able to give about their, business standing today and the future to the investors who are already in or would like to invest with them. And similarly for investors, this is a great opportunity to meet so many companies in a short period of time and therefore get much faster knowledge.
And which sectors are you focusing on? What are you looking forward to over the next 2 days of the conference?
See, the overall theme of this conference is Bharat, and that is what is a different Bharat, an innovative Bharat. And that's where the selection of companies which we have done, about 200 companies which are here, largely coming from, technology space, new innovative technology space, renewable energy space, aerospace, and those companies which are upcoming and probably maybe a future candidate of new Bharat. And that is where we are focusing. And most of these companies are making their presentations before these various different clients. So in these 3 days, what we have done is we have created about more than 9,000 requests which we are trying to address of the meeting. We have already, fixed up about 7,000 plus kind of meetings, and we believe that another 2,000 meetings are also going to be taken care of and accommodated for various different investors. What we are going to achieve, those investors will obviously know each other about these companies really well. These companies can present their viewpoint, and these investors over a period of time, I think, understand these companies well in depth and probably take a decision how and what way they are going to take in respective terms. So that's the overall objective which we have created, and I think it's a win-win situation for each one of us by providing this platform for these companies.
Understood. And let's also talk about the mutual fund industry. Industry's total AUM has now crossed that 79 lakh crore mark, reflecting robust participation despite market volatility. How is Anand Rathi Group positioning itself to capture the expanding investor base, both for the wealth management business as well as for the broking business? And Mr. Rathi, this question is for you.
You see, we as a group are in different businesses. Particularly on distribution, we are very strong. A wealth management company does distribution to high net worth individuals. Our stock broking company does distribution to mass affluent and retail. Also, we have other platforms through which we are doing the distribution, like digital wealth, etc. So I think our objective is to, capture significant amount of distribution of financial products market in retail to the high net worth, ultra high net worth. And that's why we have different businesses working on different profile of customers.
And Mr. Rathi, your take on the mutual fund equity inflows? They've moderated month on month. SIP collections remain strong at around 29,529, which is largely flat. What does this say about investor behavior, and how are your advisory teams guiding clients through this phase?
You see, by and large, investors are creating more and more confidence in the equity markets. SIP obviously is meant for people who want to do the regular investments, and that's why SIP is picking up. It's picking up and it's going to pick up, because that takes care of also the volatility of the markets and also a continuous regular investment. As far as other investments are concerned, people high net worth sometimes look at the trading opportunities. They exit the markets when markets are high, but they enter the market when they're low. So that behavior will, but on the whole, there is always continuous inflow of money coming into the retail markets, combined retail or HNI. And therefore, we see a great future of equity market ahead. That's why we are trying to capture a market share in each one of the segments where the investments are coming from.
And Mr. Gupta, wealth management arm has also been focusing on PMS, AIFs, alternative investment funds and different portfolio strategies. Given the current inflow trends, especially with SIP still continuing to be at lifetime highs, are clients now open to more active management over passive investments? And what is the kind of trend that you're seeing as far as active versus passive is concerned?
No, if you really see, I mean, our wealth management company, which is purely wealth arm, they are limited, they have got very limited offering. Because over there we are addressing with the solution-driven approach. And in our solution, based on whosoever is liking this kind of a solution and tuned to that solution, largely mutual fund and structured products are the two offering. So in wealth arm, we do not have PMS or AIF. But when we are talking about broking and distribution company, which is Anand Rathi and Stock Broking, obviously we are seeing, what our offering is, which is the best manufacturer of that particular product. We are giving that particular product to that customer based on the allocation of money which he is allocating to various different product, and we have created a basket of that product for them. So that money is obviously coming in, and we are seeing in mutual fund and PMSs, people are still interested in looking at as an investments, and that I believe is going to be there because there is a positivity from a long-term perspective. Whosoever is a long-term investor, from a long-term perspective, investor is looking equity as a long-term positive investment, and they are allocating their share over various asset classes as well as various different products.
And Pradeep, with mutual fund penetration deepening, SIP flows resilient, what's the group's medium-term view on India's retail investment story? How do you plan to capture this structural opportunity?
So basically, if you really see, I think most of the investors who do not want to enter into a nitty-gritty of equity as an asset class, direct equity as an asset class or product, I think mutual fund is the best route for them. And more specifically, I take the retail investors who have got a limited amount of money to be shared. I think SIP route, investing in mutual fund is absolutely right way, and they should start looking at that. And that is what is panning out over a period of time, and which is being reflecting that our investments, savings portion of investment side, largely on equity side, is increasing, and similarly our investments through SIP route and our SIP numbers, AUM through SIP numbers are constantly increasing, and as you rightly said, has reached to almost 29,000 crore per annum.
Right. And Mr. Gupta, the group has also highlighted technology as a key enabler for growth going forward. How are digital tools being used to analyze client portfolios and recommend asset allocation in line with changing fund flow trends?
So there is a constant improvement and innovation which is happening on digital platform, and we are constantly providing and upgrading our digital platform deliveries to our customer base. whether it is on a broking side, making broking businesses, or distribution side where probably people can come and start investing in various different products like mutual fund, fixed deposit or insurance. So we keep on adding those products into our kitty. Coming back to how we are changing a scenario because of involvement in AI, lots of improvement is going to happen. Lots of developments which is happening in terms of understanding customers' requirement, making allocation of that customer, maintaining those allocation, and providing the product basket which is suitable to that customer is going to happen. And we are also improvising those kind of deliveries, product deliveries before the customers.
And Mr. Rathi, let me come to you. Last question, given this interplay between retail resilience, product diversification and your growing client base, how is Anand Rathi Group redefining its role as a holistic wealth and investment platform for the next growth cycle?
See, what you're looking at is that we should try to help investors of all segment, all size to optimize their returns and more importantly, risk-adjusted returns. Because obviously the equity as an asset class is the most effective, most remunerative asset class at the moment in India and going to be there for many years. So what we are trying to do is to look at the need of each customer, what is that he needs, and based on the need we try and allocate their assets into different classes. But primarily we want to drive that if the money is for long term, we try to allocate more money to the equity as an asset class through the mutual funds or maybe retail clients for the direct stocks. So this is actually dependent on the need of the customer whom we are serving, and that's how we have prepared our entire strategy or value proposition for different type of customers in a different way.
All right, so all eyes on that, and we will also have several management join us over the course of the next 2 days. Mr. Rathi and Mr. Gupta, thank you so much for joining us from the sidelines of Anand Rathi Conference. Meanwhile, let's also take a look at what